Alrighty, guys. So I have Maritza here from Libertyville, Illinois. She is an awesome rockstar agent, and she's been crushing it with us at Generateagentlead.com. I got a couple questions for you, Maritza, and just in general, like your experience so far, and in general, also like what are you doing that's really helping you crush it? Because when I actually look at the numbers and look at how much you spent on ads and your results so far, it's pretty astonishing. And I think that hopefully on today's call, we can actually sort of go over what's working, how how we can actually help you as well, like take it to like even more deals, just really provide a value to those who are listening. So tell me a little bit more about yourself, where you're from and like how long you've been an agent for.
Great, thank you. Well, I was born in Mexico, and I've been in the United States for 15 years. I've been doing real estate for the last 8 years. I started selling real estate in Iowa and Illinois. I was on the border, and I moved to the Chicago area 2 years ago. When I moved, I started with a team. Then that was in Chicago. Then I moved to the Libertyville area, and I started another team. And as a new agent in the area, I was sharing my commission with my team leader. And when I found you guys, it changed me in the way that I since I didn't know how to get business here, I know the area, and when I start using you guys, it's like I start getting business, and I got the confidence to go on my own, and I've been on my own since I start with you guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, like a lot of customers that come to us, it's usually just because like there's a lot of splits, and like a lot of times I talk to all the new agents and some of my friends as well that are just coming in the real estate game. They're like, oh, I didn't know I had to give 50% of my commissions away. And like, I'm like, you got to generate your own business. And that's usually the first step. And the thing is like, I think the real estate space, it's important to understand like, if we treat our business like an actual business, like marketing, sales, and fulfillment, fulfillment is actually closing. That's going to lead to referrals. But what happens on marketing and sales part? And that's a big leap because like a lot of us, we come into real estate as a means of financial freedom as well. And it's important to understand like how the real estate, business is a key word, how it works, right? So it seems like to me like you're doing really well. And tell me a little bit more about like what's your success rate so far? Like how many closings have you generated so far?
Well, since I started with you guys, I have generated around 10 closings, which is really good. I know I could be doing better, but so far 10 closes just with the program. I feel very accomplished. I'm looking for doing better this year and get at least 30 closings with the system.
100%. I actually looked into all your metrics here, right? It seemed like you only spent about $1,900 in ads. So if you look at the ads ROI, right? I'm just gonna do some math for you. 10, well, on average, like does he close 10 deals divided by 1,900? Well, it seems like you really didn't spend that much. Right? So like on average, your ROI was really, really good in terms of, your deals that were closed. And I look at your CRM as well. Like it seems to me that we got a lot of leads, and we're talking a little bit more today on like the conversion process of the leads and where we could actually go even better. But I think the one thing that you do really well from all the other agents is just call the leads, right? There's a lot of different, gadgets and gizmos you can use, like text messaging. But in the end of the day, I feel like, yes, we do emerge towards an era of text messaging and people are not receptive to it, but there is still a place for calling. And I think calling has done really well for you. So tell me a little bit more about your process as well for calling the leads. Like when a lead comes in, let's just say we run a list of homes ad in Chicago or list of homes ads in Libertyville. What's your process like when your lead comes in? What do you call them with? What's your script look like? I think you're muted.
I'm sorry. Sorry. My process is simple. If I get either a text message, I'll start the conversation with them because they usually will ask me questions through text, and I always push it for a phone call. So I call them if they're willing to, have a conversation, or get some, at least a homes or things like that. And it doesn't matter, if it's 9 o'clock. I usually, sometimes I get a text message 10, 9:30, and you're really not doing anything at that time. So I start the conversation, set up appointments with them, and always try to call them every day, like, either if, like, I don't have the consistency of calling them through the CRM, but I will print all my leads. And even if I have a 2 hour drive in the traffic, I will just call them through the, and make the phone calls.
Yeah, that's huge. Like this is like a quick story as well. Like we have like weekly success clinics for all the customers, and we sometimes we have customers like two in the same market, and one will be closing 12, 15 deals, and one will be closing zero, and one will be like, the leads are not working, and I'm like, I'll compare the CRMs. I'm like, no one's ever been called, right? So I guess yes, that's just the calling alone will get you really good ROI, because I looked at your numbers, so I just did the math as you were talking there. You only paid $190 to close a deal. So think
Wow.
about that, right? Like you paid $190 to get a closing. And then the game becomes, how many times can I spend $190 to get more closings, right?
Yes.
So now you can reverse engineer. So let's just say you want to do $1 million in GCI, right? You can see like exactly how much you want to spend on ads. Of course, it's easier said than done, because to do that much, right, you're going to have team members, inside sales agents and outside sales agents. And it gets really, really tricky, because managing a team of people is much more different than managing yourself, right? But you can see it gets to get exciting when you get predictability in the game here. It gets really exciting. And the thing is, like, too, like I use like, so here's an example. I'm not an actual real estate agent right now, but I still use the system with another agent, and I'm always testing new stuff, right? And always testing the latest stuff. And for us, on average, our home price is at $1.5 million. And our cost per acquisition is $750. So we pay $750 for a $1.5 million house. But there again, if the commissions are higher, that means less people have purchasing power. So the home price is higher. And that's why it costs more to get a client. But in your market, I think the average price point is $300,000.
Yeah.
I think for you, it's going to be more of a velocity game, right? More deals on average.
Yes.
Um,
Definitely.
so I want to chime on something, because this is something that a lot of customers don't understand as well. A lot of agents don't understand, is the power of referrals. So I think you mentioned that from the closings that were generated, how many were actually from as a result of referrals from those closings?
From and here's the thing, like, maybe I'm not using the program as much as I should use it, because you get so comfortable with referrals. I got about like 5 referrals, and right now working, like, I have like most of my clients, like, at least will send me 2 referrals. So
That's huge.
the 195, I think you make the math, it's like 3 deals instead of just one. So
That's I didn't even know that. So yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the more referrals you get, the lower your sort of your cost per acquisition sort of goes low, right? Because like the more in the end of the day, it's lifetime commissions, lifetime value divided by the cost per acquisitions, which is really good. And here's the thing, like here's how a rule for anyone watching, even yourself, Maritza, is like the number one way to win in business is to spend more than all of your competition. And how do you spend more than all your competition? You need to have gross profit, right? Your gross commissions, you need to have profit. And what's the best way to get profit? Well, asking for referrals, because those people, think about it, you don't pay for marketing. You didn't have to pay $1,900 to, ask someone for a referral. It's for free, right? Like they give you business. And I think a lot of agents forget about this. They get clients from ads, right? Sometimes it's working for them. And a lot of time when they get clients, they can't even they don't ask for referrals, and they don't have a process to ask for referrals. And the thing about referrals is referrals compound, right? And ads are linear. So ads is like you spend $1, you probably made like, I don't know what it is. You made like $10 or $15 back from the ads. It's really good ROI. But a lot of times with referrals, it's like one person tells two people tell another two, and those two people tell three, and it's like an explosion, right?
yeah.
So do you have like an incentive program in place for referrals? Like, do you have something that you do that really helps the people, incentivize them to get referrals for you?
No, not really. I just haven't classified them as VIP clients, and on the holidays I send them something special, more gift cards, things like that, make them feel special. Or every time they send me a referral, what I would do is I would send them a uh restaurant gift card. So thank you, appreciate for the referral. Have a dinner on me or coffee on me, things like that. That's
Nice.
my program.
Nice, nice. Yeah. A lot of time we do want to incentivize. Like referrals are like the best form of business. They don't ask any questions. They're just like, let's go work with it together. But yeah, like now that you like the reason I'm so excited here is just because we have a process in place. Like if we spent $1,900 and got, we got 10 closings, imagine if we double that or triple that or quadruple that. Of course, it comes with its own set of problems, like more leads, you're gonna have management problems, but like a quick story for anyone watching, like at generateagentleads.com, I use the same process, right? I knew that I could spend $1 on marketing, convert them, and I would spend more. Like we spend, over $100,000 a month on advertising. And I know agents that my friends, they spend $18,000 to $20,000 a month. So there's levels to it. But I think right now with your process, especially if you dial it in and you have like an ISA calling your leads, and you have everything automated, you have a business that you could realistically just scale as much as you can, and you don't have to be in the process, right?
Right.
So, like for everyone watching, one really valuable point in here is that you now have a repeatable process to scale your business, right?
Mhm.
You know how to set appointments. You have a script that works, and now you give that process to an assistant, and the assistant now does your job. And think about it, now you're just out there closing deals, getting appointments booked for you. You want more appointments, you spend more on ads, right? You're getting too many appointments, then what do? You hire agents to recruit for your team, and you say, I'm going to give you appointments. And that's what I've been doing in our market. Like I'm always running tests on the side, and we took this to like 70 to 90 appointments a month on average, and we got too many appointments, and we said, we got to get the right agents on board to join our team. So that's how the process works, and I think you can definitely do that in the next year or so. Just start crushing it, because now you know how to generate business, right? And like on repeat. So anyways, is there any other stuff that you want to share with all the customers? Like, what's like the one thing, maybe a mindset tip, or maybe just like, any golden nuggets, like what time you call your leads? What's one process that you've picked up along the way that's really helped you?
The best time for me, the best time to call my leads is either early morning from 8:30 to noon, or just late afternoon, 6 to 8, 8:30, especially this time of the year. They're always home and it
Yeah.
works for me. Another thing that I see with the agents, especially when they've been in the market for years, is that they rely on referrals. So they have a big list of past clients. They're really leaving business on the table for not doing marketing, like using your marketing strategy, because they think that's enough. And definitely it's good to have referrals, but it's also wonderful to keep getting new clients into the pipeline. So
Yeah.
that's where I see the problem.
Yeah, realistically, the game is like more referrals. And the thing is, like, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it by slowly getting to more referrals and,
Mm-hmm.
slowly taking 5 or 10 years, or doing stuff. And sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone to call new online leads and accelerating the process and getting more clients, and then speeding up the process of referrals, right? And this is the game. Like the referral business is always the best one, but you got to get to a point where you can really start generating referrals. Like I think with your process right now, like I think we talked a little bit earlier about refining it and getting more systems in place. Probably removing you from the process, so you can have a business that runs
That's the
without you.
goal.
Yeah, right. Because like you don't want to be calling leads all day, right?
Yeah.
You have a process now, and you remove yourself from the business, and you want to spend more. And thing is, like marketing, it's converting for you, and like you're never gonna get it perfect. Like you're not. Sometimes leads get missed and everything. In sales, it's normal. But as long as like you're profitable on the leads, and you're pretty profitable, like $190 per closing is really good, right? Like,
Mhm.
what's your average commission, by the way, in your market?
Uh, for me, it's about 5,000, 500. That's my,
Nice.
yeah.
I mean, it's like you're spending $190 to make 5K gross commission back, which is really good, right? So
Yeah.
imagine just like spending, imagine spending $190 a day on ads. you're going to get a closing a day on average with the numbers over a long enough time horizon, right? So I mean, it get exciting. Again, I'm here. I'm going to be here like with all the customers. We always tell this like once you get it going, you want to start to just take over the whole market, right? But yeah, this is really exciting to hear, and we're excited that you're part of our family here at Generateagentlead.com. But yeah, any last minute stuff you want to share? I know you're really busy. I know it's actually evening over there. It's also Christmas time, but
Yes.
any other thing you want to share with us?
The only thing I wanted, tell you clients, it would be just, follow up the system. If it's not working for you, it's not the system. Let's make those phone calls, answer those text message, and give yourself a plan, 30-day, and you'll see you will succeed here, especially in this market. Most people are available to talk to you, to strangers through social media. So let's do it.
100%. Yep. I've actually had, funny you said that with 30 days, because I had some customers I hopped on one-on-one calls with, and they were struggling. And I'm like, just make those calls every single day. And we keep it simple. And next thing you know, they're like, it's the system so good. I'm booking so many appointments. And that
Yeah.
does the game, right? But anyway, this was really good chatting with you. I think you're a rock star for all the customers here. Like you're really a role model for them. So keep it up, Maritza. And we're looking forward to seeing maybe in 1 year, you might be the top team in your city, right? So let's go crush it. Anyways, thank you so much, Marisa, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See
Thank
you.
you for having me.